Oh, because of, okay. So let me just highlight this. Let's go ahead and add RC20. No, actually, let's pull up Camel Space. They don't make this plugin anymore. I forgot all about it, and then I saw a live stream with KBZ, and he was using the crap out of it, and I was like, you know what? Let me get back into Camel Space. See what we come up with. It's probably going to be too much with that action tremolo going on. Thanks, Gary. I appreciate it. That totally took away that Halloween vibe, but let's just keep seeing what we come up with here. Now we definitely, like I could hear the sound just dropping out a little too much, so I'm going to add a compressor and see if that kind of helps even out the sound a little bit. I bet OTT would sound pretty interesting on here too. Usually I don't use OTT with trap beats, but it's more of an EDM type plugin, but let's see what we come up with. Okay, we might be working with this for sure. Why is that tail so long? That came out of nowhere. Let me cut all this off. I bet it's from Camel Space. Yeah, it's from Camel Space. Let me change that tail real quick, and then we'll get back into what we're doing with OTT. What's causing that? I think it is the stereo delay. Feedback. Turn that down. Yep. Yeah, that'll work. Much better. I'm going to drag this EQ and tame the sound a little bit more. And then there's that little click. If you guys can hear that, I'm going to try and get rid of that. Protect your ears. There it is right there. I'm going to narrow this and take that out. And just clean that up a little bit more. Fill that in like that. Bring this down. Before and after. Yeah, a little bit smoother. For any of the effects. Okay, we're going to need both versions of that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to export that as a WAV file too. And the way I'm going to do that, I'm going to hit record on here. And I think Control R will do it. Yeah, Control R, save as. You know, I need to make a new folder for my live. Actually, I already did that, didn't I? If I could remember where I put it. Yeah, live. And make a sample folder in here. What's the date today? The 30th. 10:30. Live keys. And export. And then we'll drag that back in, and then we'll be able to layer that with the other sound. And I can access that through here. Projects, projects, projects. Live. Samples. Might have to normalize that. Cut this off. Cool. So now we have a couple options in terms of arrangement. Let's go ahead and see what this will sound like if we arrange this real quick. I don't even know what this is. Oh, dope. Okay, we have that separate too. So even more options. You know what else I should sample? Just the keys by themselves too. And then we'll have 4 different versions that we can mess around with. So let me go back to pattern 1. I'm going to insert that here. Actually, isn't that what this is? Yeah, that's what that is. My bad. Yeah, that's what this is. Yeah, that's what that is. Okay. So we'll put that there. Let's drag that right there. Let's just take a listen and see what I want to do next after hearing this. And where I messed up, I need to turn these effects back on. And then route this. Let's see. Keys and bells. I'm going to route these bells into these keys. So if I go to bells, you know, I should put this in alphabetical order. You would think by now I'd have all this memorized exactly where I put what where, but that is not the case. Keys. Reset. Oh, someone just told me a trick. Instead of right-clicking and hitting reset, you could just hit Control and click. Oh. Or maybe it was Alt and click. Yeah, Alt and click. So I'll need to remember to do that instead from now on. And then now I can add these effects. I'm going to save this as... Actually, I could just drag this over, I believe. Drag this over onto keys. And let's change that back. Keys. Okay. And then now we can turn all of these off. I'm just going to delete all of these. E, not D. All right, now let's take a listen to what we have now. I'm going to turn these bells down just a little bit, and then we can move on to the next thing. Bells, bells. Then I gotta route this as well. What am I gonna call this? Plain keys. Control L. Why is that happening? All of a sudden I lost the oh, that's interesting. You guys, okay, so Breezy, this is something that's really crazy about when I go live and I use FL Studio. So you definitely saw me delete these, right? And like maybe I deleted them off of, yeah, that's what happened. That's so crazy. Yeah, sometimes I just don't pay attention to what I'm doing when I'm live like this. Okay, let's try that again and just drag it back over. Crap. Yeah, I deleted them off of the wrong mixer. Put that back on keys. Switch this back to keys. Now we should be straight. All right. Yeah, for sure. That's why I deleted, I used to have all these inside of the channel rack too, but I went ahead and deleted them. I was like, I'm not going to use them until I absolutely need them, so. All right, let's go ahead and add some drums. We're going to go to pattern 3. Extend this out 8 bars. Actually, I should make a bass line first. Actually is what I'm going to do. We'll do that on pattern 4. Do something similar to that, and then we'll edit it after I lay this down. Hold up, let me keep the metronome. Definitely have to edit that. I messed up the last part. EQ. Extend this out. Turn this bass down. And let's go ahead and make this a full loop. Let's see how the loop sounds. That makes sense. Let me drag that over. That's a full 16. What's up, King Your Majesty? How's it going? Oh, I reviewed your second beat at the end of that the last live, but I deleted that live because there was just so much dead space with, you know, just going through emails and all that. So I just deleted that, unfortunately. But if you want me to review that track again, let me know. Or if you have something else that you want to send, let me know. I'm like, oh, I'm always so nervous to even freestyle any of these bass line notes because it's so easy to get copyrighted for a bass line. But anyway. That's probably a copyright right there, what I just did. YouTube's so ridiculous. So ridiculous. Oh, it's funny, on Reddit last night, the guy that made this sample pack, this lava sample pack, commented on one of my posts. I forget what he was saying, but I was like, oh yeah, by the way, I use your samples. Your drum samples. He was asking about my template. Ooh, that's ugly. And I'm on the wrong pattern. Pattern 3. Do something a little different. I'm gonna clone that. I'm gonna layer that with another hi-hat, and with the second hi-hat, that's where we're gonna do like our hi-hat rolls and whatnot. I think I want a different one. Something a little brighter, since the other one's so dark. Yeah, that'll work. And then I need to shorten this a little bit. Get rid of that dead space. Actually, let me add in my rides first, because I could already hear what I want to do with the rides. And then they'll tell me where to put the hi-hat rolls. That way I won't overdo the hi-hats, which everyone tends to do. Open hat. Oh, I'm in my drum folder. That's not the folder I like. I have two drum folders. Drum folder 2 is like a filtered down version of my main drum folder. So like my favorites of my favorites, basically. Let me go ahead and record. Want a totally different switch the rides. Control A, Control Q. I could already hear like a drum fill that I need to do at the end too with some toms. Let's see what this tom sounds like. No, I need a better tom. No. Where do I keep my toms? I think that's in my main drum folder. I haven't used toms in freaking forever. Toms. This one will work as one of them. I'm going to need like 3 and clone this a couple times. That one, I don't know. This might work. Oh, I need that one. Okay, let's work with this one first. I think that's all we need for that one. And let's go to the second tom. Start right here. Close. And then let's go to our first one. And let's add that right there. Hell yeah. That's what we're looking for. All right. Let's move on to hi-hat rolls. And I said, which one did I say I was going to do? This one? Yeah, this one. Let me listen to the other one again. Yeah. Let me do some pitch changes with this one first, and then I'll get into the hi-hat rolls. Start from the beginning. Yep. Just adding a little bit of texture, extra texture to the hi-hats. Nothing crazy here. Thanks, Breezy. I appreciate that. Okay, got that part done. I actually do want to do a roll with this one. So let me switch this to 6th. I think that might sound pretty cool at the beginning here. This might be off here, but it might work. Yep, keeping that. And then let's go into our main hat, or our bright hi-hat, and let's add some rolls here, but sparingly. I'm going to switch this to 1/3 beat. No, 1/4 beat. And start from the beginning. Yep, right around here. I'm going to extend this guy out. Highlight that. And then let's go Control U. Sounded kind of lame to me. Let's not do that. And I think it's just because of the timing of it. So let me go here instead. No, let me go a little bit ahead. I think that's what was bothering me. Yeah, that's better. And then I still might want to speed that up. So let me try Alt-U. And let's listen to that. LeBron James, welcome back. Can you tell me if the beat is good? If your beat is good. Yeah, go ahead and send it to me either on Twitter or in my email. Here's my email if you want. But just keep in mind, for whatever reason, I think I'd rather you send it through Twitter because it's so much faster. But do your thing. You make your decision. There's my email. InflightMuzik@gmail.com. But yeah, last time I did that, it took like 10-15 minutes for the email to show up. Yeah, that's better. I needed it to be faster. And I need to pitch this a little differently. Let me do a south side pitch. What is it? Like shift, right click? No. Shift. I forget how to do that. I haven't done that in a while. Shift. I'm pretty sure it's shift. Oh, no. Let me highlight these so I don't change any of the other ones. Oh, I got to be on brush mode. That's why. All right. Yeah, that's better. South side style. And then, yeah, let's listen to the full thing. I'm InflightMuzik on all social medias. And the link is in at the bottom of my Twitch as well, so you can just click that link too. I have like a Twitter feed in my Twitch, and then you can just click that. Yeah, that was shift, and when you're on brush mode, shift and just regular click and just drag, and it'll do that for you. That's actually something I learned from KBZ back when he first got started, and he was doing all those Southside tutorials. Okay, I just heard this. I want to move this over. Let's put that right there and see what happens. So let's go ahead and lengthen that. Yep. I'm not sure if I'll keep that, but let's go ahead and continue with the hi-hat rolls. Yeah, I am going to keep that actually. And I'm thinking I might just loop that, but let me see what this sounds like if I change up the hi-hats at the end. It might be doing a little too much, but let's go ahead and listen. And let's go ahead and Alt-U again. Yeah, it's doing too much. So let me go ahead and just do a quicker hi-hat roll. Now I'm going to pitch that down more than likely, and that should work out. Still too much. So I think what I'm going to do, okay, so I'm going to leave that alone, and then let's go ahead and add a little bit more percussion before I get into the hi-hats. Where do I put it on Twitter? Just at me. At me your link. So you could just at InflightMuzik and then post your YouTube or SoundCloud or, you know, whatever you got. All right, percussion. This is my signature. You'll hear this on every beat. There's not a single beat where I don't do this, mainly because I don't hear anyone else doing it. So I need to go back to my main drum folder. You know what? This is why I'm having trouble with that. Here we go. Now I won't get lost. Tambourines. That might work. LeBron James. All right. I'll check that out after I lay down this tambourine and shaker. And then all I'll have to do is just lay down the snare and the kick, and then we'll be done. But I'll do that after I listen to your track. Ooh, that is funky. That's interesting. Sounds nasty as hell, but we'll make it sound good. We will make it sound good. Kind of want to EQ that, but I think instead I'm going to high pass it. Go into my filters, turn that down, and then we'll high pass it. Hell yeah, no EQ needed. And then let's reverse the polarity, make sure we're hearing it the best. Yeah, it's fine the way it is. No difference either way. Might want to shorten it just a little bit more, so I'm going to decrease the length. There we go. Now I'm going to delay it just a little bit, or a lot. And let's go ahead and balance that with the other drums. I'm going to turn it down. There we go. And let's go into the shaker, and then I'm going to do some panning, and then we'll be done with the percussion and all that. Oh, I forgot one other thing, but that'll only take a second. Oh, I think I found it already. And we'll go every 4 steps. And definitely want to change that. think I'm going to filter that as well. High pass. Turn that down, and then we'll turn it up. There we go. Let's add a little delay on there too. Got that bounce going a little bit. I might throw on some swing on the percussion. Let's actually go ahead and take a listen. Just keep in mind that when I do that, I always have my swing settings on my percussion at halfway. That's a new feature that they just added with, I think it might have been in FL12, but I didn't really start using it until FL20. Mainly because you could go in here. I know this was just added in FL20. If you go in here, you could select whatever channels you want, and then you can adjust the swing setting for all those channels at the same time. So on my percussive elements, like my hi-hats, the tambourine, the shakers, all of those are set at 50%, and then my kick and my snare are set at 0. So there's no swing on the kick and the snare. That stays, well, this one's set at halfway too, but let me, actually let's see how that sounds. Let's see what happens there. Let's see what happens there. 50%, boom, 50%. But normally I have my kick and my snare on the grid, and then I let my hats and my percussive elements kind of do the bouncing around. But let's go ahead and turn this up just a little bit. And add a snare just for, let's loop the snare, 8 bars. I gotta switch this to 8 bars. There we go. Gotta loop these as well. Yep, that'll work for now. All right, let me check out your track. Let's go to Twitter. And then right after that, I'll finish this track up. How long have I been streaming for? Man, an hour goes by so quick. I'm usually on here for 2 hours though, so. Usually I'll make a beat. That'll take about a half hour to an hour, and then I usually do like these Q&As. All right, notifications. Empire. Let's take a listen. I'll turn this up for us. Good use of the reverb. Nice piano. Where's the piano from? Do I use the same drums in every beat? No, I hardly use the same drums at all. Nexus. Are the strings a sample? Are the strings a sample? They sound a little dark, but I guess it matches the beat, but if you EQ'd those a little bit, I feel like it would kind of lift the beat up a little bit. Or a lot. Especially since you have that heavy filter on your main melody. Love the guitar. Dope switch up. Is that sounds like Looperator. Is that Looperator? Or is that like regular Effectrix or something? It sounds like Looperator specifically. Glitch 2. Yeah, I figured it wasn't Effectrix. Effectrix sounds very different to me, but Glitch 2 is basically Effectrix 2. Well, actually, Glitch 2 is made by DeBlue, the guy that made DeBlue. He made Glitch 1, obviously. Let me go ahead and load up King of Majesty's track while this plays out. Yeah, man, this beat's fire. It's fun to listen to. I mean, it's definitely, you know, probably not something that someone would rap on, but I don't think that was your goal. I definitely enjoyed listening to it. As a producer, you know, producers love beats like that, so. Let's see. Back at it. I remember this from last time, King of Majesty. This was the same beat that I played last time. It had the same name. Oh, it is a different beat. It's Back at It number 8. Okay. So you have like a pack of beats called Back at It. I get it. What ARP are you asking about, King? Are you talking about that last beat? I would switch out this 808. That 808 is missing a lot of bass. So it sounds like what you did was you added a lot of distortion and saturation on your 808, but that took away a lot of the power from the bass. One trick that you could do if you well, I have no idea what the 808 originally sounded like, but if you want to keep that same amount of distortion, try making it in parallel. So you would take Patcher or create a parallel track, and then you could do all that distortion on a copy of that 808, and then you would have to EQ it, filter out all the bass out of the distorted 808, and then filter out the top end of the main 808, and then put those two together, and then play around with the phase. Flip the polarity. Let me show you what I'm talking about, so I'm not just confusing you. But in FL Studio, you would reverse the polarity here, and one's definitely going to sound better than the other, and the one that sounds better is going to hit really, really hard. So hey, Mike, King was asking if you were using an ARP in your beat. You might have been doing both. He might have been using an ARP and using Glitch 2 at the same time. But let me get back. Did you say you sent 2 beats? Let me scroll back up. Yeah, you said you sent a couple. I don't see the other one. Let's take a look. It's funny because last time when you sent 2 beats, one went into my inbox and the other one went into my spam folder for whatever reason. Spam. Let's see if that happened again. Nope. Yeah, I only got one. Oh, Kumar just sent one. I thought you were, I don't even see you here on Facebook. I don't know what you're watching on right now, Kumar. If you could even hear me. Let's take a listen. I'm not really a fan of that piano. Sounds a little FL Keys-ish. There's a lot of free pianos out there that you could be using. Even in FL Studio, like just pull up DirectWave and use their pianos instead of FL Keys or whatever piano this is. Where's the brass from? It's hard to find good brass too. The bass is hitting. I probably want that kick a little bit louder. I think that's something that a lot of producers do. Like, they'll get the low end where like the bass just overpowers the kick so much, which is why I keep dropping like different sidechain compression tutorials so that your kick can shine. But yeah, I think that's an issue in our community. Like, people want the bass to be just as loud as the kick, but that's not how people listen to music. Like, when that track gets sent to the engineer, like 9 times out of 10, that bass is turned down half the volume than what you'd hear, because those bass frequencies have a lot of power. So if you play that on a good system or a decent system that's picking up that low end, like, it's just gonna overpower the entire track. So you don't need a lot of bass to make it sound like there's a lot of bass. I like the bass pattern though. You said you sent a different one? Let me go back and check. Or you meant to send something different? That's what I'm guessing you're saying. Fanatic. Sounds like the volume's lower than the last one. These drums are probably going to pop out pretty easily.
My mother always tells me.
Yes. Dude, I love this movie. It's so dope how much trap music is blowing up in India right now. A good percentage of the people that watch my tutorials that are outside of the US are from India. India and South Africa. You said not this one either? Definitely has your, you know, the Asian vibes in there for sure. Asian Indian. I mean, are you not listening to these before you send it? Oh, here's King Your Majesty again. Back edit number 221. Let's take a listen. Oh, Rosie was just in here, Breezy. Chop snare, polo snare, sound oracle snare, wherever you want to credit that to. The snare's too loud though. I feel like the bass line needs a little more work because it's hitting the same notes over and over. I appreciate the switch up there, but it would have been nice to have the piano switch up its melody too. Yeah, I feel like you need like another, like there's no lead instrument. You're actually just, it sounds like it's just chords that are playing. Yeah, I'd say turn down the snare, and then the switch up could use like another instrument or a change up with the piano. .221 number 2. Something's clipping. I hear some clipping. Yeah, your low end is clipping. And I think there's a little too much low end on the melody too. Yeah, there's heavy clipping going on in the low end. Yeah, I try to stay away from that polo snare, the chop snare. Let me see if I can find it real quick. It's just so, it's kind of overplayed. But, I mean, I know people still like to use it, but it's kind of gimmicky now. Like, you'll hear it in, like, yeah, there it is. Like, you'll hear it in, like, MTV reality shows a lot. Or, like, commercials where they're trying to be extra trap. You'll hear, like, rolls with that snare. I have a couple versions of it. People tend to, like, filter it and then try to sell it as their own. There it is again, filtered down. And that's from that lava guy. Lava City Beats. But he has good kits though, and they're all free. Like he was doing like a monthly kit, free kit, and I liked his kick drums. But you might want to check him out. There it is again with a different filter. So yeah, I mean, I have it in my collection, like different versions of it, but I do my very best not to use it. I'm going to switch out my synth bass. Let me go drums, 808 synth bass. Yeah, that my synth bass tutorial, it hasn't hit 200 likes yet, so I haven't had to give out my synth bass samples. Not yet, anyway. Let's see, where's my synth bass? Right there. Let me see which one this is first before I replace it. Okay. I think it's number 6. I might just use that one. It's locating my kick. Yeah, I use all kinds of samples to create these synth basses. Sometimes it's a kick. Kicks work really well because like a lot of kicks are really short. And what I was saying in my synth bass tutorial, like if you load really short single cycle waveforms, they tend to make awesome basses. Yeah, this one is a kick. So I started out with a kick drum and turned it into that. So you see how this length knob is really short? Let me copy that value. I'm going to turn this all the way up, and you'll see that this is actually a kick. Just pitched really high. And then if you shorten it, base value, you just get this single cycle wave, or 2 cycle waveform really. And you end up with this. We're gonna go with that for now. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I gotta go into the hi-hats, fix this. Let me go ahead and solo this real quick. If I solo this, I'm gonna get copyrighted. Freaking bastards. Let me not solo that and just use my ears. Control A, Control R, nope, Control Alt R. Alt R. That's the randomizer. And then we're just going to play around with these values to add some feel and groove to this. That's actually good right where it's at. No, it's not. Hold up. Actually, I'm going to accept that, and then I'm going to bring up my scaler. Nope, that's the strum. Alt X. Level scaling. That might be better. Yeah, that's better. And then I'm going to increase the volume of this overall. That was kind of low. Yeah, that's better. And then let's go into... What was I just thinking of? Oh yeah, the rides. These need to be panned. So I'm going to go down here, switch this to panning. Then we're going to pan these left and right. Just by hand. Because I don't necessarily like them being exactly panned left or right evenly or anything like that. I'm going to do the same thing with the toms too, the tom roll that we had going on. So I'm going to go into these toms. I'm going to leave that one in the middle. Go to the second one. I'll move this one to the left. And move this one left and right. So if that one was left, let's go right and left. Nothing too crazy. I don't need a lot of panning on that. Let's listen right here and see what that sounds like. Yeah, that works. Maybe a little bit more actually. Yeah, that works. Kick pattern time. Actually, I should probably make my 808 first, and that'll dictate my kick pattern. I mean, you could go either or, but we're going to do the 808 first. Let's go into the piano roll. Let me turn off my synth bass. All that clashing. Jesus. Oh, nope. Don't want to do that. Control A, Control Q. Now let's switch that 808 out with not a spins 808. Let me see what length that is. You could hear how it was cutting out earlier than I wanted it to. Let's go down. Am I in the right folder? Yes, I am. Let's try X29. Goes out of key, doesn't it? Oh, you know what? Yeah, I was wondering why that was a different note that I was playing. It was the spins that, yeah, that'll fix it. There we go. And yeah, my ears weren't tricking me. I could hear that that's not mono for some reason. So let's go ahead and make this mono. I'm going to go into my mixer. Go in here. No, I guess it was mono. But just to be safe, raise this up. Oops. I'm gonna raise this up. And then we could get into our kick drum. Make that mono. Yeah, maybe it wasn't mono. But I was able to hear, I was hearing that it was coming out on the right side a little bit more for whatever reason. Let's go ahead and add a wave shaper on that. A fruity wave shaper. Just to beef it up a little bit. And I might do blood overdrive as well. And then maybe some compression. Send that over to blood overdrive. Actually, fast distortion might be a good choice for this one because it's so subby. And then we'll just mix this. Switch that back to A. Sounds better before wave shaper. Feeling kind of inspired from what you did with your glitch 2. So I'm going to add on glitch 1 and see what I could come up with on the main instrument track, just for fun. I haven't used this plugin in years. Plugin database, effects. The blue glitch. I doubt I'll be using this because this thing tends not to be my favorite. You might use it in transition. Oh, that's not for me. Yeah, I'll probably automate that on and off. I might actually automate the mix knob because it sounded pretty cool, like not even fully engaged. Needs to turn this bass down too. Let's just leave that off for now. And now that I'm done making melodies, I could crank this buffer all the way up. Let's add our kick drum. That bass is still really loud. Let's Let's leave it there for now, and then I'm going to copy and paste that 808 onto our kick. I'm going to change those snares too. Go into the piano roll, Control A, Alt K, accept. Same thing just happened there. I could hear the kick coming out of... Let me just mono that just to be safe. Start that from the beginning. And that kick is ridiculously loud too. Let me turn that down. Alright, let's add some additional kicks and take some out. Try this. Let's see how this sounds. Yeah, I'm gonna have to change that up. Probably need to take this kick out, but I'm going to leave it there for now. And let's switch out the kick sample, see if I can find a better one. I mean, that one sounds great, but we could do better. This might be too much. kind of mean. Let's see. Yeah, I was going to change out that snare. And then, what time is it? Been on for an hour and a half. I'll probably call it quits after that. One thing that I don't like to do live is arranging, because that's the most boring thing that you could possibly watch someone do. Especially the way that I do it, because I'll make like 14 different arrangements before I make a decision on what I want to do. Panning. Let's pan the percussion. Now I think I want to add my sidechain. Copy my kick pattern to my sidechain pattern. Copy, paste, Control A, Alt K, accept. And let's take a look at my sidechain. Yup. There we go. And then let's EQ this. to turn our buses down. Bring that back. And let's just go ahead and add Maximus. Should probably add a little stereo winding, but I think I'm just going to do that inside of Maximus, and then we will call it a day. Where's Maximus? Oh, there you are. Mastering. Nope. There we go. And let's go ahead and check our levels with Uline loudness meter. And we need to turn this down by a dB with true peak. Take the ceiling. Let's go -1. Let's see what we come up with. All right, let's listen to the full loop that we have. 808 would greatly benefit from some parallel compression. But we are going to leave it. That is it for today. An hour and 50-minute stream. Not bad, not bad. I will see you guys on Friday.